The Detroit Lions' trajectory is upward. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you all for hanging out, for subscribing to the channel, for clicking the thumbs up button like Bill Clinton, and just pushing forward. Just to let you all know, a quick disclaimer. This video today is absolutely an opinion piece. So, take it as you will. The Detroit Lions' trajectory is upward, and I believe that success is coming. And I know that's a very difficult thing for Lions fans to hear, because believe you me, that is not something that I have ever said, actually, before, other than with this new regime that we are working with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes. But for the first time ever, the Detroit Lions' trajectory is upward. I believe that fully. We have received some really great news as an organization this week, from Hard Knocks coming to Detroit in the preseason, giving us that all-access look to the training camp, to the NFL draft in 2024 taking place here in Detroit. But I wanted to make this video today and make some bold predictions. Again, they are just my opinion. Being a Lions fan since the beginning, since the inception of the Super Bowl, has been tough, you could say. And thankfully, I haven't been able to live all 60 some odd years to experience said pain. However, in my 30 years of breathing, the Lions have always just been bad. More recently, the 2014 Lions offered us hope. However, that 2014 NFC wildcard game turned out to be as if the world just spilled boiling hot tea in all of Detroit's lap, and just our crotch is in searing pain. I hate that, but it works. Then, even more recently, the Quintricia era just was deliberately painful. As a fan, experiencing the closed door, do it my way attitude, ship away the guys who aren't buying in. As a Lions fan, it really truly did leave me, and I think many Lions fans, somewhat hopeless for the future. And you're talking about a fan base that is dealing with a lot of hopelessness in general. I'll be honest with you, last year when the hiring process for a new GM, head coach, all of that started to take place, there was this part of me that just was so fatigued that I didn't really know where we were going to go from here. I didn't know if there was any way out of this pit that we were in. It really just felt like, oh my God, are we a forever broken franchise? After the Quintricia era, after everything that kind of transpired, the Darius Slay, the Diggs, that just get him out of here, we were left without an identity. I really think that was one of the biggest things, is the Detroit Lions as a whole were left nameless. We had no identity, no name. We didn't know who we were anymore, in a sense, and that was the biggest thing that I think needed to be established immediately. And it was the biggest thing that was established immediately with the hiring of Holmes and Campbell. In that first press conference, we didn't care what anybody had to say about it. We here in Detroit knew that we were true grit, and that Dan Campbell was bringing that to Detroit. Our men may have only recorded 3 W's in the record book last year. However, I saw something in that squad that I haven't seen here in Detroit in a long time. And it was that the players respected and loved their coaches, and the coaches respected and loved their players. And together, that cycle of we got your back, you've got ours, just came alive, even with only 3 wins. For the first time in ever, it really feels like the Detroit Lions are being managed correctly from the top down, starting with Sheila. And I know I've said that a ton on this, but so much we owe to Sheila and what she's doing. She wants to win. And so there she goes, and she brings in Brad Holmes. And Brad Holmes coming with him, you have Dan Campbell, a GM and a head coach that are on the same page that said, first and foremost, get the foundation laid, establish the identity, and build a culture. And that is what 2021 was all about, was that foundation of a culture. Now, why I think the Lions are going to continue upward is because we have that foundation. Moving away from the culture and the identity portion, you start looking at player development. The Lions were one of the youngest rosters in the entire NFL last year. I believe we were the second youngest, if not the youngest NFL roster. Through a plague of injuries, a lot of these young guys, a lot of our rookies and some of these UDFAs got a lot of playing time. McNeil, Barnes, Onwuzurike, St. Brown, Sewell, you name it, these guys got a head start. Then you take another step back and you look at the NFC North as a whole. The Lions got the jump on the rebuilding process over Chicago and Minnesota. Not that Minnesota's in like a full rebuild by any means. However, there's definitely a lot of shuffling going on with the NFC North, and the Lions have the head start above both Chicago and Minnesota. And no matter what you think about Jared Goff, whether you love him, you hate him, you don't care, we have a veteran quarterback who has made it all the way to the Super Bowl at the helm, and that's huge for a rebuilding team. When I look at the immediate culture change here in Detroit, when I look at the coaching staff, the player development, and the NFC North as a whole, I believe Detroit's time is coming, and it's coming quickly. If I'm going to make a bold prediction, kind of looking at Detroit over the next few years, here's what I'm seeing. This year, 2022, I believe the Detroit Lions will go 7-10. Obviously, anything can change. This is all speculation. However, I believe we're a 7-10 ball club that undergoes and just suffers a few more really tough losses, but those are growing pains. Listen, man, I want to IV the Kool-Aid straight into my veins. However, taking a step back, I look at this team, there's still a lot of development to be had. There's still a lot to come. So I believe we're a 7-10 team this year. Now that can go a few different ways, a couple different games. I think our schedule is in our favor for more than 7. However, looking at the rebuild, looking at our team as a whole, the development that the defense still has to make, I think we're a 7-10 team. We do not see the playoffs this year. In 2023, I believe the Detroit Lions will make some bigger free agency signings that will help lead the Detroit Lions to taking the NFC North. Ya heard it. I believe in 2023, the Lions win the NFC North. The first time in way too many years. I believe since 93? Maybe 91? Either way, hate that. Even if we do not win the North, I believe the Lions would just fall shy at number 2. They are a wild card seed. We will see the playoffs in 2023. Come 2024, the Detroit Lions are established at the top of the division. Anything can happen, and this is all speculation, but when I, Jay, take a step back and I kind of look at everything that's happening from the foundation that is being laid to the player development of our younger guys, to the potential free agency signings come the following year, all in all, when I look at this team, I do believe that we are on the rise, and it's not the Kool-Aid talking. I didn't take my dose this morning. Truly, the trajectory is upward. And if we can hold on to guys like Aaron Glenn, if we can hold on to coaches like Glenn, Pleasant, and really see what even Ben Johnson's capable of, we kind of got a little bit of a splash from him last season after Anthony Lynn was stripped of his duties. I really do believe that Detroit, because of the culture change, the identity, and the player development, this team is on the rise, not to mention the NFC North is becoming a little topsy-turvy out there, like a seesaw in the second grade. I trust Holmes completely when it comes to scouting the talent and making that right decision when it comes to the draft. He hit it out of the park last year. I'm excited to see what he does this season because we have a plethora of picks, and I know that everybody wants somebody different. But in the end, I will trust Holmes and what he does, and I trust Dan Campbell. I trust him based on what we saw last year, that those men fought for him every week. We are true grit. We are on the rise. So that is it for today. Just my predictions, just a little opinion piece coming from me. Drop your thoughts in the comments, how you guys feel the trajectory of Detroit, what you could see happening 22, 23, 2024. Drop it in the comments. And as always, I gotta catch you next time here on the channel.